We are going to show you how to install a vinyl fence post. This is a really important step when you're installing a vinyl fence because the posts are your foundation. They provide the strength that is going to hold up your fence for the long run. So typically when you're installing a vinyl fence, you want your post to be 3 feet taller than the section of fence you are using. So right here I have a 5" by 5" by 7 foot post. So this would be for a 4 foot high fence. That is about 3 foot in the ground and then about 4 feet sticking up. So step one in installing a vinyl fence post is to dig a hole, and we're going to show you how to dig that hole. So I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to put our post right here in the center. And to dig, we're going to use a post hole digger and a tamping bar. Now whenever you're digging a hole on the job site, it helps to work in pairs. One person is going to use the post hole digger and dig as far down as he can, but then when the ground gets too compact to make progress, he's going to switch places with his helper. So the job of the man with the tamping bar is to shape the outside of the hole and loosen up the dirt, so that way the guy with the post hole digger can continue to make progress. Now the guy with the tamping bar is really in charge of shaping the dimensions of the hole. You want the hole to go straight down. You don't want it to cone in. And when you just use a post hole digger, sometimes you get that cone effect. So when you switch places with your helper, one person uses the digger and one person uses the bar, you're able to make sure that you get a nice hole going straight down for the entire 3 feet. Now one thing you can do to make this a little bit easier for you is you could actually measure up on your digger 3 feet and make a mark. That way you know when you're deep enough. Now our hole is complete. The next step is to set this post with dirt. So I'm going to first have Jose put that post in the hole. Now you'll see in the hole we have enough space all the way around the post for us to get a substantial amount of dirt and concrete around it. That way it'll be nice and strong. Now the next step is to put dirt inside the hole. We want to completely surround this post with a generous amount of dirt. So as you'll see, when you're putting dirt around the post, you want to make sure you get it all the way around on all sides of the post. Now we are going to tamp that dirt nice and compact. This is going to temporarily set the post in a nice plumb position, so that way afterwards we can permanently set it with our concrete. So now Jose is going to take his tamping bar and he's going to tamp that dirt down nice and compact and make this post really strong. And as he does it, he's going to consistently take out his level and make sure that the post is plumb. So now we have this post set. As you'll see, it's nice and strong, but this is just temporarily set with dirt. The reason we want to tamp the dirt down first before we add any concrete is now we know our post is plumb. We have it set in a nice position here so that we can add concrete all the way around it without having to worry about it shifting. So we always start with dirt, tamp it down. Now we're going to move on to our next step, which is going to be mixing up the concrete. Now on our fence installs, we typically use Quikrete. It's just a nice fast drying concrete that works really well for fence installations. And we typically mix it by hand just by adding water and using a shovel. Now we are going to surround this post with a generous amount of concrete. We want to make sure we have concrete around all sides of the post. Now when you're filling up the hole with concrete, it's important that you don't go all the way to the top of the hole because you want to be able to cover the concrete with a layer of dirt. That way if your customer or you ever go to plant grass, the grass will grow all the way around the post. You don't want to see concrete footings around every post of your PVC fence. It doesn't look so nice and residential. So now we're going to cover up the concrete with another layer of dirt. Now our post is completely installed, but we have one really important step. But before we get to that, guys, if you found this helpful, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us as it will allow the YouTube algorithm to show us to more people who could potentially benefit from this content. Your final step for installing a vinyl fence post is the cap. You're simply going to take some PVC glue, put it on the inside of the cap, and then you're going to just place it on the post like that. Now this is your completed vinyl fence post. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, and if you need any fence material, we ship nationally, so simply text or call me at the number here. You will reach me directly and I'd be happy to assist you with all your fencing needs, or come take a ride by and stop at our location here in Wantagh, New York, so you can meet me and our shop team, Jose and Mario, and we will help you get all the material you need. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video.